Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm going to be doing some primering on the car. Last week I got the majority of the car sanded down, so I had to address some big spots that I had to go down pretty far to get all the little chips and cracks and stuff like that out of there. I'm also going to probably be doing a couple of the spots with body filler that are pretty rough and then need to be smoothed out. So what I'm going to do with primer is that I ended up buying aerosol primer. You can get automotive primer from like Advanced Auto or even like Home Depot and stuff sells that kind of stuff, Pep Boys or whatever. I ended up going with Eastwood. Their high build primers, like $20 a can, and this kind of fills up any like low spots or any little imperfections. So I went with a little bit more of a quality primer, mainly for those low spots. So we're gonna see how this works. As far as body filler is concerned, same thing. You can get that from Home Depot. Walmart even carries it, like Bondo brand or whatever. I ended up getting, it's more of like a premium body filler from Advanced Auto. They have like two stages, like a basic one and then like a premium one. This was $32 for this. I just needed like a little bit, so I didn't need a big container, but they have small containers, big containers, depending on how much body work you have to do. I have maybe like 2 or 3 spots that need some addressing, and probably will have half this left over when I'm done, but we'll use this for another project. So right now, I'm gonna get everything cleaned off and then start primering out all those sections. This week's video is brought to you by LCOBMW. Shop our site for Corvette performance parts. We now have our new D.I.Y Cat Delete pipes back in stock, our new test pipes, and we now have a new version of our hose kit available. This is for 88 to 91. This includes a fitting that you can hook your hose directly up to the hose that's on your car on the firewall. So check out the link in the description or visit LCOBMW.com. All right, so before I lay some primer down, I'm just gonna take some soap and water. It's like Dawn soap and water, and I'm gonna use some shop towels. I'm just gonna wipe this thing down real quick, get most of that sanding dust off of it, just so the primer sticks better. All right, so I'm getting ready to lay some primer down. So I'm gonna do this in sections here, wherever there's a lot of these sanding marks. So once I lay all the primer down in here, and I'm gonna do about 2 coats each, when I block all this out, it'll be all smooth transition here. Okay, so most of the car primed right now, all the bad spots for the most part. I ended up obviously running out of that one can because I did do a lot of spots and I did put 2 coats on there. The Eastwood stuff worked pretty good. I didn't want to wait to order more of that, so I ended up getting this filler primer from actually Home Depot, but Walmart and Advance Auto or any of those auto parts stores will carry this. So I'm up to about like 4 cans of this and then 1 of that in all the spots that I did and 2 coats. So this was around like $9 at Home Depot, opposed to that other can, which was a little bigger, but that was 20. So just to keep that kind of stuff in mind. And in all honesty, I feel like this kind of laid on there a lot nicer and thicker than the other stuff. And I felt like the spray nozzle on the Eastwood stuff was just a little finicky and you had to really press hard down on it, where this actually worked out pretty easy, but that's just my opinion. So now I'm going to start sanding it again with 400. I did pick up this soft block here. I am going to use some of the bigger spots with my DA, but all the other little spots I can't get, I'm going to put some 400 on the soft block. I got this from Amazon. It was like 10 bucks. You can probably get this on any auto paint supplier or Amazon, or any website pretty much carries stuff like this, and this will help out doing all the spots I can't get with the sander. So I'm going to start sanding it right now and see where it takes me. All right, so I'm getting ready to sand this. So as you see here on the primer, there's black paint all over it. And what that is a guide coat, and that helps you get any little imperfection or low spot while you're sanding it. They actually make something that you can actually use. It's like a powder to put on there. In this case, I ended up using just a can of spray paint, and I just dusted black lightly over the whole thing. So now when I get ahead with sanding it with a block or something flat, anything dark will stick out over the lighter color primer. The other thing too, my dad was here earlier and did a couple spots with body filler. I didn't get a chance to record any of that, but I will show you the one area he's working on. In the body filler, the stuff that I got came with this diagram here. So if you're intimidated about mixing it up, it has how much you want to mix and then the line of hardener that you go through it. So I thought this was actually pretty good and pretty helpful, but this information can be found online too. So don't be afraid to mix it up, and then you're going to use just a small body filler applicator and smooth it on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand it with 80 to get it down, all the hard stuff down, and then the same thing, sand it with 400 and prime those spots too. But for right now, I'm going to get all the primer spots sanded. So I ended up switching over to the block. So I'm gonna do everything by hand, probably from here on out. Making pretty good progress so far. Still got a lot to do. So I'll be working on this and then we'll get back to it next week. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.